For centuries, whispers have traveled through candlelit halls, dark libraries, and private chambers, whispers of secret societies that shape our world from the shadows. They say there's another layer of power beneath presidents, kings, and CEOs. An invisible hand guiding humanity's course. But where did it begin? The trail starts in the Middle Ages with the Knights Templar, warrior monks sworn to protect pilgrims traveling to the Holy Land. Over time, the Templars grew rich. Rumors spread that they uncovered forbidden knowledge beneath the Temple of Solomon. Then, on Friday the 13th, 1307, the French king had them arrested, tortured, and burned. But many vanished, along with their treasure. Some believe they resurfaced under new names, their symbols and rituals quietly absorbed into later brotherhoods. One of those was the Freemasons. Outwardly, they were billed as the architects of cathedrals and cities, yet behind their square and compass emblem, secret initiations, hidden codes, and oaths of silence. Founding fathers like Washington and Franklin were Masons. Their marks are carved into the cornerstones of America itself, from the unfinished pyramid on the dollar bill to the design of Washington, D.C. But the Freemasons were just one branch of a larger tree. In 1776, the same year America declared independence, a Bavarian professor named Adam Weishaupt formed the Illuminati, a society devoted, he claimed, to reason, freedom, and enlightenment. Within a few years, it infiltrated universities, churches, and governments. Then, suddenly, it was banned. Also, history says, because the strangest thing happened after their supposed dissolution. World events began to follow the Illuminati's ideals, revolutions, new world orders, global financial systems. Some insist it's coincidence. Others believe the group simply went underground, merging with Freemasonry and resurfacing through elite circles that still meet behind closed doors. Today, symbols once used in ancient rites appear on currency, corporate logos, and architecture around the world. The all-seeing eye watches from billboards. The pyramid rises above city skylines, and the question remains, are these echoes of a forgotten brotherhood? All signs that the hidden hand still moves us. They call it coincidence. Others call it control.
By the dawn of the 20th century, the age of stone temples and blood oaths had given way to marble universities and boardrooms. Yet the whispers never stopped. The same symbols that marked the Freemasons and Illuminati began to appear again, this time among the world's most powerful men. At Yale University, tucked behind heavy wooden doors, sits the Skull and Bones Society. Each year, only 15 students are chosen. They meet in a windowless building they call the Tomb. No one outside knows what happens inside, only that countless world leaders have walked through those same doors: presidents, senators, judges, bankers. Rituals involve skeletons, coffins, and oaths that bind members for life. Some believe Skull and Bones acts as a recruitment hub, a grooming ground for those who will steer the future. But Yale is only one node in a much larger network. Across the ocean, another circle convenes in utmost secrecy, the Bilderberg Group. Since 1954, around 120 of the world's elite, politicians, CEOs, royals, and financiers gather behind guarded gates once a year. No press, no recordings, no transparency. Officially, they discuss global policy and cooperation. Unofficially, some claim it's where wars, currencies, and presidents are decided before the rest of us ever know. Then there's Bohemian Grove, hidden in the redwood forests of California. Each summer, the most powerful men on Earth, tech moguls, oil tycoons, generals, and presidents, gather in robes around a 40-foot stone owl. They burn effigies in a ceremony called the cremation of care. Cameras are forbidden. Journalists who tried to infiltrate have been escorted out by armed guards. To the uninitiated, it's just a bizarre summer retreat, a place for networking and theatrics. But for those who believe the stories, it's something older, a continuation of the same secret rites the Templars once performed by torchlight, a bond that crosses nations, parties, and religions. And perhaps that's the point. Power doesn't wear a single face. It gathers quietly, out of sight, among those who already have everything. The question isn't whether these societies exist. They do. The question is what they want. When presidents, bankers, and generals meet beneath redwood shadows and burning idols, when the world's richest gather without witnesses, can we still say we're the ones steering history? Or have we become passengers on a path designed long ago by men who prefer to remain unseen?
Symbols are the fingerprints of power. They hide in plain sight. Etched into monuments, printed on money, flashed across corporate logos, and stitched into uniforms. Most people pass them every day without a second thought, but those who study secret societies say these marks form a hidden language, a way for the powerful to communicate allegiance and control without ever speaking. Take the all-seeing eye, a single eye inside a triangle, glowing above the pyramid on the back of the dollar bill. Officially, it represents divine providence, but some trace it back to the ancient mystery schools of Egypt, where initiates believed it symbolized enlightenment, control, and the gaze of hidden gods. The Illuminati adopted it centuries later as a symbol of their eternal watch over humanity. To this day, it watches you every time you spend $1. Then there's the owl, the silent hunter of the night, the emblem of wisdom and secrecy. It appears in ancient Greek temples as a symbol of Athena, but also perches above the entrance to Bohemian Grove, towering 40 feet high in stone. When the elite gather there each summer, they perform a ceremony under its gaze, chanting before fire and flame. Some say it's only ritual theater. Others believe it's something far older, a way of binding those present through shared secrets they can never reveal. Look closer and you'll find these same symbols recurring everywhere. The checkerboard floors of Masonic halls mirrored in cathedrals and government buildings, the twin pillars, Boaz and Jachin, replicated in architecture across continents, the phoenix, the torch, the triangle, each one said to represent transformation, power, and sacrifice. Even popular culture isn't untouched. From music videos to blockbuster films, the imagery repeats: eyes, owls, pyramids, mass gatherings. Are there coincidences? Hidden nods from those in the know, or subtle conditioning, teaching the masses to accept the imagery of their unseen rulers? And what about the phrase carved into the foundation of America itself, Novus Ordo Seclorum, a new order of the ages? Many dismiss it as poetic Latin, but others whisper that it marks the beginning of the same new world order first imagined by the Illuminati, a world unified under invisible authority. Perhaps these symbols are nothing more than relics of old ideals, or perhaps they're warnings left in plain sight, reminders that the Watchers never went away, because power rarely announces itself. It hides, in emblems, in rituals, in silence, and sometimes all it takes to see it is to start looking.
Power rarely dies, it transforms. When one secret order fades, another rises to take its place. But what if they've all been branches of the same tree, pruned and regrown through the centuries? From the ashes of the Templars to the marble hulls of Freemasons. From skull and bones to the Bilderberg conference rooms, a single pattern emerges: secrecy protects power and power demands secrecy. Each generation invents new rituals, new symbols, new masks, but the faces behind them never truly change. Some historians argue it's simply human nature. Every society has its elites, groups who gather to preserve influence, wealth, and control. Yet others whisper that the web runs deeper, that these networks share a hidden purpose stretching back millennia to the mystery schools of Babylon or Atlantis. A quiet, continuous effort to guide humanity toward an outcome only they understand. Their fingerprints lie everywhere, in wars sparked for freedom, in currencies born overnight, in technologies that appear too advanced for their time. Each event ripples outward, nudging civilization along an invisible track. And when anyone notices, when a journalist or historian gets too close, the story vanishes, buried beneath ridicule or red tape. Still, traces remain. Photographs of world leaders laughing under stone owls. Ancient symbols hidden in corporate logos. Mysterious handshakes caught on camera between men who supposedly oppose each other. Perhaps it's coincidence. Perhaps it's coordination. What's certain is that secrecy itself is a form of control. If you can decide who knows the truth, you can decide what the truth is. And so, while the rest of us scroll, work, and dream, the real decisions are made somewhere we'll never see. In locked rooms, candlelit halls, and silent forests where laughter echoes around stone idols. Maybe the greatest trick the secret societies ever pulled. was convincing the world they don't exist. So the next time you see the pyramid on your dollar, or the eye carved into marble above a courthouse, ask yourself, who's really watching whom, because in every era, someone is. And they've been watching a very, very long time.